3 most scariest Instagram horror stories. Instagram is supposed to be fun, right? A little escape, a place to share photos, laugh at memes, and scroll away the stress of the day. That's what I thought too. Until it became something I couldn't explain. Something that still makes my skin crawl every time I think about it. It all started with a notification. I was on my lunch break, scrolling through Instagram while half-heartedly eating my sandwich. My feed was the usual: travel photos, dog videos, and those oddly satisfying cake-cutting reels. Then I saw it. A Last Seen 13 started following you. I paused. The username felt wrong, like it was watching me. It didn't have a profile picture or a bio. No posts, no followers, just an empty account. I shook my head. Probably just spam, I muttered. I ignored it and kept scrolling. But then, my phone buzzed again. A DM. "You look tired today." I froze mid-bite. My thumb hovered over the screen as I stared at the message. My mind raced. Was this a joke? A mistake? Someone I knew? I glanced around the break room, trying to see if anyone was looking at me, maybe smirking. But no one even glanced in my direction. I tried to brush it off. I told myself it was nothing, some random account trolling people. I locked my phone, finished my sandwich, and pushed it out of my mind. Or at least, I tried. That night, I was curled up on my couch, half watching some brainless reality show, when my phone buzzed again. At Last Seen 13 tagged you in a post. My stomach dropped. Hesitant, I tapped on the notification. And there it was, a picture of my apartment building. It was taken from the street with my window perfectly framed. The curtains were drawn, but it was unmistakably my place. The caption read, "Home, sweet home." My chest tightened, and I felt a cold sweat prickling at my neck. I stared at the photo for what felt like an eternity, my mind running in circles. How? Why? Was it someone I knew? A stalker? A prank? I jumped up, checked my door, double-checked my windows, and told myself it was just some loser with too much time on their hands. But I didn't sleep that night. Not really. The next morning, I woke up groggy and tense. My phone buzzed before I even had my coffee. A Last Seen 13 tagged you in a story. I hesitated, my thumb hovering over the screen. I didn't want to look, but I couldn't stop myself. The story was a video. I recognized the hallway immediately. It was mine. The camera moved slowly down the corridor, creeping closer and closer to my door. My heart raced. Then it stopped. The camera lingered on my door and the handle jiggled. Just once. The video ended. My breath hitched. I could feel my pulse pounding in my ears. I called my building manager, trying to stay calm as I explained everything. "There's someone messing with me," I said, my voice trembling. "They're recording outside my door." The manager sighed. "No one's reported anything strange. Are you sure it wasn't just a neighbor?" "A neighbor? Really?" I hung up, more frustrated than ever. That night I locked every door, every window. I even pushed a chair against the front door. I grabbed a knife from the kitchen and put it under my pillow. Every noise made me jump. The creak of the floorboards, the hum of the fridge, it all felt like a warning. I didn't sleep. The next morning I decided enough was enough. I opened Instagram, ready to block whoever this was, but before I could, a new notification popped up. Last Seen 14 started following you. I blocked it immediately, then another, At Last Seen 15, and another. By the time I got home from work, I had blocked at least a dozen accounts, all with slight variations of the same username. My nerves were shot. That evening, another DM came through. "Why do you keep blocking me? I just want to talk." I stared at the screen, my hands trembling. I typed back, fingers shaking. "Who are you? What do you want?" The response came instantly. "I want to see you." That was it. I deleted Instagram. I told myself it was over. Without the app, they couldn't reach me, right? But later that night, just as I was starting to calm down, I heard it. A knock. It was faint, almost hesitant, but it was there. My heart stopped. Slowly, I crept to the peephole. The hallway was empty. No one was there. But I couldn't shake the feeling that someone was still watching. The next day, I reinstalled Instagram. I had to know if they were still out there. My inbox was flooded with new messages, all from variations of that same name. A last seen 15. A last seen 16. A last seen 17. Each one sent the same message. You can't hide forever. Then came the photo. It was of me, taken that morning as I left my apartment. My back was turned, my scarf trailing in the wind. The caption? You look better in person. I felt like the walls were closing in. They weren't just online. They were here. They were watching me. That night, I slept fully dressed, my shoes on, just in case I needed to run. But the final straw came a few nights later. I woke up to a buzz on my phone. A DM. Open the door. Attached was a photo. It was me, lying in bed, taken from the foot of my mattress. My breath caught in my throat. My hands went ice cold. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just grabbed my keys, my wallet, and ran. I didn't even look back. I drove for hours, ending up at a motel 2 states away. I deleted Instagram, smashed my phone, and bought a cheap flip phone. For a while, things were quiet. I thought I'd escaped. But last night, as I sat in my dingy motel room, my new phone buzzed. A text. You can't block me anymore. Attached was a live video feed. The camera was outside the motel, pointed directly at my window. And then, I heard the knock. This is most creepy. Instagram horror story number 2. Social media is supposed to be safe, right? It's just harmless scrolling. A way to kill time, to forget about your day, to laugh at stupid memes. That's what I thought. That's what everyone thinks. But now, I can't even look at my phone without feeling my stomach churn. Every ping, every notification feels like a warning. Because I've learned what happens when something wrong slips through. It started 3 weeks ago. I was lying in bed, exhausted from work. You know how it is, just mindlessly scrolling through Instagram, barely even paying attention. Stories from friends, influencer reels, videos of people living better lives than you ever could. I wasn't even really watching until something stopped me. It wasn't a post from someone I knew. No, it was a notification. A random account had viewed my story. At Open Windows 88. I didn't recognize it, but that wasn't unusual. My account's public, and strangers pop up sometimes. Still, curiosity got the better of me. I clicked. The profile was empty. No bio, no posts, no picture. It made my skin crawl a little. I don't know why. It just felt off. I told myself it was nothing, just one of those bots or spam accounts. I locked my phone, turned off the light, and rolled over to sleep. I wish I hadn't. The next morning, I woke up to a notification, a DM from at Open Windows 88. I stared at it for a moment. My thumb hovered over the screen before I opened it. The message? You left the window open last night. I froze. My bedroom window. I had cracked it open the night before because it was stuffy. How could they possibly know that? My heart started to race. I told myself it had to be a prank. Some weird coincidence. Maybe someone knew me. Maybe they saw something in my story, though I didn't remember posting anything about my window. I didn't respond. Instead, I blocked the account. That was the end of it. Or so I thought. But the feeling lingered. That uneasy, crawling sensation that something wasn't right. Later that day, I was sitting on my couch, scrolling again, trying to distract myself. Everything seemed normal. Pictures of pets, vacation selfies, ads I'd never signed up for. And then my screen glitched. It froze for a moment, the loading circle spinning, and then a video started playing. I hadn't clicked on anything. The video was shaky and grainy, like it had been recorded on an old phone. It showed a room. My room. My stomach dropped. I saw my couch, my coffee table, The jacket I'd left draped over a chair. The camera was moving slowly, like someone was holding it, walking around my apartment. It lingered on the window, the same window I'd locked before bed. My breathing quickened, and then, just like that, the video ended. I was back to the stories I'd been watching before. My hands were shaking so hard I almost dropped my phone. I checked my DMS, nothing. Checked my notifications, nothing. I searched for it open Windows 88. The account didn't exist anymore. I stayed up all night. Every light in the apartment was on, and I sat there clutching a kitchen knife like it could protect me from whatever this was. The next day, I tried to convince myself it was just a glitch, a weird, random hack, someone screwing with me. But then, it happened again. I got a follow request, a new account, at Open Windows 89. My stomach nodded. My first instinct was to block it, but I didn't. Instead, I opened it. No profile picture, no bio, no posts. I stared at the screen, willing it to make sense. And then the DM came. I saw you last night. You didn't see me. But I was there. I slammed my phone down like it had burned me. This couldn't be real. I blocked the account, deleted Instagram. I even turned off my phone for a while, trying to breathe, trying to stop shaking. But that night I got a text. No name, no number, just a message. Deleting Instagram won't make me go away. And attached was a photo of me, sitting on my couch, taken from outside the window. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. I stared at the photo, my chest tight, my ears ringing. I ran to the window, yanked the curtains shut, and triple-checked the lock. I barely slept. The next morning, I woke up to another notification. An email this time. No subject line, no text, just a video attached. My hands were shaking so badly I almost dropped my phone. The video was short. It showed me, sitting on the couch. But the angle was from the ceiling, like it was being filmed by someone or something hovering right above me. I couldn't take it anymore. I called the police. When they came, I told them everything. The accounts, the messages, the photos. They searched the apartment top to bottom. They didn't find anything. No cameras, no signs of a break-in, no evidence at all. One of the officers gave me that look. You know the one. Like you're wasting their time. Probably a hacker, he said. Change your passwords. Stay off social media for a while. That was it. That was all they could do. I felt helpless. That night, I stayed with my friend. She didn't ask too many questions, just let me crash on her couch. I thought I'd feel safer. But at 3 a.m., my phone buzzed. A new notification. You open Windows 90, tagged you in a story. I didn't want to look, but I couldn't help myself. The video was grainy, like all the others. It showed a motel hallway. The camera moved slowly, shakily, stopping in front of a door. My door. Then came the knock. Software deliberate. Knock, knock, knock. My breath hitched. My whole body went cold. I stared at the door, frozen. When I finally got the courage to look through the peephole, no one was there. But there was something on the floor. A note. I picked it up with trembling hands. 3 words. Open the window. I haven't slept since. I don't know who or what this is. I don't know what they want. I just know they're watching. And I don't think I can outrun them. This is very terrifying. Instagram horror story. Number 3. It all started with a simple notification. It was well past midnight. I had just finished a long day, and like any normal person, I turned to my phone for a bit of distraction. Instagram. You know, scrolling through the usual stuff. Puppy videos, memes, random influencer ads that make no sense. It's all background noise, right? But then something stopped me. A notification popped up. At the other side, 001 wants to follow you. My heart skipped a beat. I didn't even know why. Maybe it was the name. At the other side, 001. It just felt off. I hesitated. I mean, I get follow requests all the time, mostly from bots or fake accounts, so I just normally ignore them. But this felt different. The name, the timing. I shrugged it off, figuring it was probably just some random account. So I clicked on the profile. Nothing, no picture, no bio. Just empty. I should have moved on, right? Just forget about it. But I couldn't. I couldn't shake it. Something didn't sit right with me. It felt like someone was waiting for me to click it, waiting for me to make the next move. But I forced myself to look away, just like you do when you see something weird online. I hit decline and locked my phone. But then, 5 seconds later, the phone buzzed again. At the other side, 002 wants to follow you. I felt my blood run cold. How? I blocked it. How could there already be a second account? Same name. Same everything. I stared at the screen, my stomach turning. What was going on? Was it a glitch? Some weird prank? But the more I looked, the more I couldn't stop myself from clicking the profile again. It was exactly the same. No posts, no bio, just that empty profile staring back at me. I should have closed the app, should have just walked away. But I couldn't. I couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching. And then I got a message. I didn't want to open it. My gut told me not to. But something compelled me. I clicked it. The message was short, simple. Do you remember me? I froze. How did it know my name? How? I didn't follow any random accounts. I didn't share my name in my bio. How could it know? I typed out, "Who is this?" My hands were trembling. I could barely even focus on the screen. No response for a few seconds. I thought maybe it was just a bot, some kind of random glitch. But then, "You know who I am, Selah." My breath hitched. I stared at those words for what felt like an eternity. My name. It knew my name. How? Why? I don't even know how to explain it, but a sense of dread washed over me, like I wasn't alone anymore. Like someone was right there, watching me. I typed back, my fingers shaking. "Who are you? How do you know my name?" No reply. Nothing. I blocked the account. I shut off my phone. This had to stop now, but even as I set my phone down, something felt off. The night felt too still. The silence was too loud. My breath seemed too loud. And the longer I lay there, the more I couldn't shake the feeling that I wasn't alone. I didn't sleep. The next morning, I convinced myself it was just some weird prank, some hacker messing with me. I wasn't going to let it get to me. But then, my phone buzzed again. At the other side, 003 wants to follow you. My heart sank. I couldn't breathe. I opened the account. Same thing, no posts, no bio, just an empty profile staring at me. I blocked it. Immediately. I had to. I wasn't going to let this control me. But then, another message. "You shouldn't have ignored me." I felt a cold sweat break out on my skin. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run, but I couldn't. All I could do was stare at the screen. Who was doing this? Why me? What did they want? I blocked the account again, my hands trembling, but the dread, it wouldn't go away. The heaviness in the pit of my stomach grew worse with every passing minute. That afternoon, I decided to go out, try to get some fresh air, maybe clear my head. I couldn't let this mess with me. But then, as I was heading out the door, my phone buzzed once more. A text. No number. Just a message. "Look outside." My heart skipped a beat. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to look. I was terrified. But I couldn't stop myself. My body moved on its own. I walked to the window as if something was pushing me to do it. The street outside was empty. Quiet. Nothing. I breathed a sigh of relief. Maybe this was just some sick joke, a stupid glitch. But then my phone buzzed again. This time, it was a photo. Of me. Taken through the window. I stood frozen, my eyes wide as I looked at the image. It was me, standing right there, in my living room, right by the window. But someone had taken the picture from outside. I stumbled back, my breath shallow. How? How could anyone have gotten that shot? I ran to check the doors, the windows, the closets, every room. I even checked under my bed. But there was no one there. No one. But that feeling? The feeling that someone was out there, watching? That didn't go away. I spent the rest of the night in a state of panic. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. I kept looking over my shoulder, every noise making me jump. The next day I called the police. I showed them the messages, the photos, the whole situation. The officer barely looked at me, he shrugged it off. Probably a hacker, a prank. Just block the number and go on with your life. I wanted to scream. This was not a prank. But he didn't get it. How could he? That night I stayed with my best friend, Emma. I told her everything. She listened, but I could see the fear in her eyes. She was scared too. She kept telling me it was nothing, that everything would be fine, but we both knew it wasn't fine. The night passed, and then, in the morning, my phone buzzed again. At the other side, 004 wants to follow you. I didn't even have the energy to respond. I knew what it was. I clicked on the profile. Empty again, no bio, no picture, just an endless void. And then, the message came. I found you. I couldn't breathe. My world started to spin. I opened the message, and this time, there was a video. It started with a shot of Emma's living room, the same angle, the same room, and the camera. It was zooming in on us, sitting there, watching us. I dropped my phone. I couldn't even process it. Emma screamed. I screamed. We locked every door, every window. We didn't sleep. How could we? That was 2 weeks ago. Since then, I've deleted my Instagram, changed my number, moved to a new apartment. I thought that would stop it. But last night, I got an email. No subject, just an attachment. I didn't want to open it, but I couldn't help myself. The video started. It was me, in my new apartment. They found me again.